Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to From Indie to Immortal. As always, I'm your host, the medium at my wedding. To my right is my co-host, Just Jay.
Just
And
Jay.
tonight we are sitting down with a very awesome guest from my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee, Big Grizzly Chase Bryant. Mr. Bryant, welcome to the show.
Hey man, say man, what's going on? ND to Immortal, what's happening?
Man, can't wait. Excited for this. It's been a while. Been trying to get you on for a while, so ready to roll.
Hey man, I just appreciate the opportunity. I appreciate y'all having me, giving me a chance to just rap with y'all for a hot minute and just explain who I am, where I come from, and what it is.
That's our goal, man.
Uh,
That's my goal. So
well, Jay, I'm
go
going to
ahead,
let you
man.
open it up with the first question, man.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering, how long have you been wrestling and what made you take the leap to get into it? I mean, of course, that's the first question right out of the gate.
Well, I started in 2022. Actually, my first match after graduating was Christmas night of 2022. It was a little
Okay.
Christmas gift to myself, after the hard work I put in, all the miles I put in, figured what better way to celebrate than with my own first match. So that was 2022. I started training under Dr. Tom, the JPWA. Shout out to him. Shout out to Glenn
Mm-hmm.
Jacobs. I started there in September of 2022, and from there, man, it just took off. I've always loved wrestling since I was a kid. I loved it. Being in Memphis, the territory, of course, Memphis wrestling is just
Mm-hmm.
legendary. Any and everybody who's ever been anywhere in the business started in Memphis, or they came through Memphis. From the Undertaker all the way up to Kurt Angle, The Rock, get a chance to see these guys before they made it to the WWE. Just cool, man. And of course, just how I've been engulfed in the industry, for a very long time as a fan. I had some time where, after the pandemic, I asked myself, I was like, what do you really want to do? Who do you want to be in this life? How do you want to represent yourself? And I was like, man, I've always loved wrestling. And, I was in school at the time going and get my degree in engineering. And I was like, why can't I do both? Who said I can't do both? So, I found out Dr. Tom was, running classes, just about 100 miles from where I was. So that's all I needed. I hustled for that summer. I got my paper together and I applied. And by the grace of God, I got accepted. So shout out to Dr. Tom for seeing something in me.
Mm. And how was it being trained by Dr. Tom Pritchard and as you Glenn Jacobs, aka if you're a longtime wrestling fan, you know him as Kane. How was that?
Yeah. Honestly, man, it was a blessing. Like, the things that I learned in a short amount of time, being under Dr. Tom and being under Glenn Jacobs is priceless. It was a very old school mentality, which I like. Saying growing up in Memphis, the Memphis territory, kind of liking that style, and that's a style we all know and love. So being able to
Mm-hmm.
understand, what it is and how we, do what we do in the ring and learn from the best. You know what I mean? Because
Yep.
he's taught everybody. Everybody who has a name, in wrestling now or in the past, they've either wrestled against him or they were taught some things or they were trained by him altogether. Like it's nothing like it. Shout out to everybody else who has a school, who does training, guys who do seminars. But if you get a chance to go and learn from Dr. Tom, Glenn Jacobs, JPWA, man, jump on it. I tell you, the knowledge that you get, the tricks of the trade, you pick it up quick, and it makes the difference, man. I've been in the ring with guys who have 4 or 5 years of more experience than I do. And, afterwards, we cool afterwards, just them talking like, how long you been doing this? And at the time, I'd only been doing it for like a year or two. And they're like, man, I couldn't tell. The way you keep up, the way you do things, how you do things, how you listen, how you, coordinate what you got going on. Like, it's all due to Dr. Tom, Glenn Jacobs, JPWA, how they broke things down, how they taught me. It's really cool. It's really been a benefit, even with the smaller things like how we trained and what we trained in. We trained in a 20 by 20 ring.
Yeah.
I was grateful for that, because a lot of times most people, on the independents, they have a 18 by 18 or a 16 by
Mm-hmm.
16, but AEW, WWE, they run in 20 by 20 rings. So, and I enjoy it being a bigger dude myself. I got more
Mm-hmm.
room to run around, do what I got to do it how I need to do. And
Mm-hmm.
it helps you with that cardio. Like, ain't nothing like
Oh, it
running drills
does.
in the 20 by 20. You be dying and you waiting
Yeah.
for it to be over with. But,
Like
it's
you,
all a blessing.
like you're our
Mhm.
second guest we've had on that has came from Dr. Tom Pritchard. Our first guest was Tyler Shoup. He had nothing but high praise for Dr. Tom as well.
Yeah, I met Shoop while I was training with Dr. Time. He was getting his, personal training game on. At the time, he kind of taking a break from wrestling, getting his body right. And you see that boy, he built. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody, Shoop trains harder. That's what they say. It's proof. I done
Mm-hmm.
seen him in the gym putting in that work, and I've been in a couple matches against him, and I've worked many shows that he's been on as well. And Dr. Tom, when I tell you, you can tell when you see guys like me, guys like him, and other guys in the independents, and even guys that have been signed. Shout out to Stacks. Shout out to Ivy. You can see the difference in how we do things. That's all I do to Dr. Tom. So when I tell you, in my opinion, personally, ain't nobody better. Ain't nobody better. Straight up.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
100%, 100%.
How did it feel? I want to know how did it feel walking out that first time, like your first match? Like I couldn't imagine. Like, so did you start? I know this is right off the bat, like a second. I kind of threw off the question, but like, did you start as a heel or did you just go in and just kind of go with it? Like, what was that first match like? Like,
The first time I went out there, I went out SPCW Southern Pride Championship Wrestling. I wrestled a guy by the name of Insane Dane. He's also one of Dr. Tom's students as well. Had way more experience than I did, so I was a little nervous about that. Can I keep up? Can I do what I need to do out there? Can I make an impression? Can I make an impact? And walking through that curtain for the first time, hearing music, it was different. I didn't know what the people was gonna expect from me. I didn't know what they would think. Seeing me walk out how I did, I was just in plain all black gear, singlet, tights, boots, and that's just what it was. So I was a little bland at the time. So I was worried that they wouldn't even really care. But it was a good reaction. It was a good time. I got booed, me being the bad guy at the time. And just being unfamiliar, people didn't really know me, so why would they care? But by the end of it, I started to get a couple of reactions, and from then on, the people started to know who Big Grizzly was. So it was pretty cool.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
So, have you gotten to work?
He muted himself accidentally, I think.
It's all good.
I guess I could talk to you. So I've noticed too, like when we come to CCW, like you come out, you come out as a heel, but the people there, you can't be a heel. Like I've seen you try to play a heel there, and everywhere you go that I've seen you, like they end up rooting for you. Like you try to be the heel, but you're so good, and people like you so much that they love you. You're like kind of like The Rock was. Like people like they loved him. He wanted to be hated, but they loved him. So it's awesome. And that's all I needed to say while you were fixing that, Mike.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You're
Well,
good. I'm
what I
still
was gonna, yeah, what I was going to ask was, have you gotten to work? You were talking about Memphis wrestling for a minute. Have you gotten to work with a lot of guys that are like over there in Memphis, like that work for like Dustin Starr and all that?
The crazy thing is, I love home. I would love to wrestle at home. I just haven't had the opportunity. I reached out, told Dustin like, hey, specifically Dustin Starr, like, because he was trained by Dr. Tom as well. You see what I'm saying? So
Uh-huh.
the best get trained by Dr. Tom again.
Yep.
It's just another
Yeah.
proof of that. So I reached out, just tried to get some dates. I've gotten a chance to work with some guys that have been on TV with him, Marco Harris. I knew Draco from a child, and just to see the both of us
Uh-huh.
in the business is crazy. So I've known Draco for a while. Darren V, I got a chance to meet him, do some things with him. And of course, being in EPW, some of the other down in Boonville, Mississippi, I got a chance to see how some of those
Uh-huh.
guys
Yep.
intermingle because they have a kind of a collaboration going on. So I'm familiar with some of the guys that he has down there and some of the things that he's done. I've actually gotten a chance to meet him. Just never really had the opportunity to, do any business with Memphis Wrestling, but I'll always reach out. I'll always stay in contact with people, not just him, but other promotions that are out there. But what I find interesting back home is, there's a lot of conflict, a lot of beef, going on between promoters. Sour grapes amongst
Uh-huh.
all the people who make decisions out there. So it's kind of territorial. I ain't gonna lie. If you work one place, you can't work the other, and if you work here, you only got to stay with these group of guys over here because these are the guys I use. Same kind of thing. So, and I get why that happens. Guys want to protect their territory. They want to carve out a name for themselves in their promotion. I just want to wrestle straight up.
That's exactly
I get it.
It's no disrespect, what I'm saying, what they got going on and why
Uh-huh.
they ended up where they ended up. Not trying to demean that or downplay that because I'm sure it's serious because it's definitely serious to them for them to have those kind of rules intact. But for me, I'm just trying to go with the best wrestle and get the best performance that I possibly can. If that's over here, it's over here. If it's over there too, then cool. That's just my goal. To just try to make the name Big Grizzly as big as possible,
You're in it
wherever
for
I
the
can,
right reason.
whenever I can.
You're in it for the right reason. You're doing it because you love wrestling. Like you ain't in it for you're not in it for the money, and that's the passion. That's why we do this show. That's why I push so hard for this show, man. Like the least I could do, I mean, you're out there killing yourself. The least I could do is give you a platform to be able to shine a little, like to be able to talk about yourself just a little, you know. That's the least I could do for you. So you know.
And I appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? But I will add, you know what I'm saying, the passion is what drives me. But that money's real too. That money's real good, you know. So don't get twisted. Hey,
for sure.
Big Grizzly loves to wrestle for the sport, but he's also looking for that envelope at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know.
Always. So you were talking about Boonville for a second, and me growing up in Memphis, of course, I knew about Boonville because a lot of promotions in Memphis used a lot of those same guys.
Yeah.
And I've seen EPW be from the small promotion that used to be, and now they're like on TV, like sort of on. They have like a TV deal or something now. Like, has EPW been kind to you? Because I know growing up, it was a whole different kind of way back then.
Yeah, man, EPW was a cool experience. It was really the first place that I got a consistent set of bookings when I first started. I ain't gonna lie. You know, shout out Gary, shout out Neil, you know, no bad feelings or anything. It's just the direction they wanted to take me character-wise wasn't something that I was really comfortable with. You know, and shout out to the boys and girls in the back because, you know, they tried to smart me like, yo, look, you don't want to say no to nothing. You want to kind of, especially starting out, you just want to kind of take opportunities where you get them, see where it comes from. And I understood that, but just betting on myself and betting on where I saw myself, you know, I wanted to take it a different direction. And unfortunately, I think that kind of caused a little rift between me having opportunities with EPW. But my time there was great. The locker room was great. They were super helpful. You know, guys like Jason Genesis, I know he gets a rap for certain things from certain people, and that's cool. You know, everybody's opinion. But he saw me. He was like, I like your attitude. I like how you carry yourself. Always willing to help. Always willing to learn. And I want to say maybe my third, fourth match, I was in the main event for the championship against him.
That's awesome.
You know, so it was really cool to see how they move, how they do things. That was my first taste of TV tapings and how that whole thing worked out. Production was on a different level. The crowd was always hot. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the talent is always legit over there. So like I said, shout out Gary, shout out Neil, shout out EPW, and congratulations on all the success that y'all have had, man. I've been seeing what they've been on, and there's been some pretty cool stuff. There's been some pretty big stuff as well. So yeah. Salute.
Because I had a family friend. He was like an uncle to me. He's passed away now. He was a worker too. I'm sure you've heard his name before. His name's Bone Crusher.
Oh, of course. Everybody who's been in that area knows exactly who Bone Crusher is, man. And condolences. You know, we lost the real one with Bone Crusher for sure.
Man, yeah, that was like he always used to tell me growing up because I grew up going to those shows and I was sort of friends with his son Casanova, and he always used to tell me to call him Uncle Bone. And when I heard we'd lost contact for a long time. Like we hadn't talked for years, and when I saw he passed away, I'm like, that can't be Bone Crusher.
Yeah, man, it was a sad day for the business, but yeah, very familiar with Bone Crusher, what he did, and just the fact that you knew him as well on that kind of level, that's crazy. It's a small world out here, man. But yeah, shout out to him. May he rest in peace.
Oh yeah, Jay.
What made you? I never even asked. What made you move to Nashville? You said you were in Memphis. I don't know if we asked that. If we did, I missed it.
No, it's all good. So yeah, born and raised in the 901. Shout out Memphis. That's my home. That's always gonna be my home no matter where I go. But I started school not necessarily in Nashville, but in the Nashville area, about an hour outside of Nashville, Cookeville, Tennessee Tech University.
Yeah.
And I got my degree in mechanical engineering there a little while ago. Nice. And ever since then, after I graduated, I moved down to the Nashville area. And I've just been putting that degree to work while also just taking bookings and wrestling because, like I said, who said I can't do both?
That's right.
You know, sometimes I've been looked at kind of funny, like, wait a minute, you got a degree in engineering and you doing this? Like, for what? I'm like, man, because this is what I love. I love engineering and I love professional wrestling. Who says I can't do both, especially with the experience that I've had going to training under Dr. Tom and then getting my degree from a very highly prestigious, you know, engineering school. So why not? Why not do both? You know what I'm saying? God put me on this earth with all these tools and all these people around me to do this. I'm gonna do it.
Well, you could always wrestle, you know, for years and years. And once you decide that, you know, hey, I can't wrestle anymore, you got that degree to fall right back on and still make good money. So
yeah, man,
you're smart. That's smart stuff, man.
And for me personally, man, it was just one of them things, unfortunately, there's a lot of beauty, a lot of love, a lot of success that gets undermined being from Memphis back home. We got a lot of talented, a lot of successful, a lot of wealthy people back home. But also, there's that stigma of, being in a certain place, you get kind of stuck. And I ain't gonna lie, I've seen people, being kind of stuck, what I'm saying, working jobs just to be working and not really pursuing their passion. And I was like, I can't be one of them people. Like, I can't live in life with regret of not pursuing what I've wanted to do and what I've loved since I was a child. Because too many people, not just in Memphis, but around the world, fall into that. Like having a dream, being a kid, growing up as a kid, they ask you in school, you want to be an astronaut, you want to be president, you want to be a fireman, you want to be all this, all this cool stuff. But when you grow up, what I'm saying, life happens and you kind of deviate from that plan. And you kind of had this regret of not knowing. And if I got in the ring and I sucked, or I got in the ring, I got injured and couldn't do it no more, I would live way better knowing that I gave this thing a real try, gave it a real go, and failed at it versus not trying at all. And that's what really made the decision for me to jump into wrestling. I couldn't live with the regret of not knowing. If I got talent for it, if I can do this, if I can take it wherever I can take it, that makes me feel better knowing that I'm not one of these millions, even billions of people that never even tried. I couldn't live my life like that. I couldn't.
That's beautiful, man. Like it really is. It's the YOLO. Like people laugh about it and they joke about it, but it really is, man. Like it takes a long time. Dreams are not gonna come true unless you keep fighting like you are, brother. And that's awesome. Like that's inspirational, man. Like it really is.
If you don't try is if you don't know, man. You don't know is if you don't try. Excuse me. So I had to figure it out.
Man, and I'm glad you did. I'm glad you're wrestling. I'm glad I'm a fan for sure. So
hey, man, I appreciate the support for real.
Yeah,
for real.
For sure.
So as a fellow Memphian, like, did you like ever go to school in Memphis, or like, did you like move out of Memphis and start going to school outside of Memphis? Because I know we're supposed to be talking about your career, but I just wanted, like, as a fellow Memphian, I just had to ask.
Yeah, man, no, for real. I was born and raised in Memphis, so from the time I was in elementary school to the time I graduated high school, I went to school in Memphis. I went to PDS for a while, which is a Presbyterian day school. It was a private school. My mom was making good money, so we was able to level up for a while. And then I went to Shady Grove Elementary, and I went to Colonial Middle School, and then I graduated from White Station High.
Oh, White Station. I have not heard that school in so long. I'm sorry. I went to Ridgeway. I went to Ridgeway, from elementary school all the way to high school. I went to Ridgeway.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, I know exactly where Ridgeway is, man. So yeah, I grew up not too far from Ridgeway High. I knew exactly where it is. They're like, yeah, man. So born and raised in Memphis, man. Memphis is in me. Memphis gonna be in me till I die, man. Like it's
awesome.
Oh yeah.
It's nothing but Memphis over here. And that's what I put into my gear, my character, my music, everything. Like, I want people to know Memphis, right? And I want them to see Memphis through me. If you've never been, if you have been, specifically if you have, when you see me, you hear me, you feel it. It's Memphis, like all day, every day. Like, I love the opportunities that I've gotten in Nashville and other places, but Memphis is Memphis. It's the most, as the meme says, the most beautiful land in the world. So I love it. So I love it so much. I want to share it a little bit with everybody, and I want them to have a better understanding and a different vibe of what Memphis is. So when they see me and when they go home, they're like, I got to see what it's talking about, because old boy in the ring, he on one, and I like it, So
he on one, yeah.
Well, I mean, the food, the music, the culture. I mean, it's amazing. Like I've been several times.
Like it.
Oh my gosh, just the music alone and the food, it's just, oh my gosh. Like people give it a bad rep. I mean, I just still don't get it. I mean, it's always gotten that. I mean, Graceland's in Memphis. Like what? Like it's.
Hey man, I know. Hey, Memphis could be. I ain't gonna cap. You know what I'm saying? Memphis can be wild. Don't get it twisted, but so can any place else in the world. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Nashville's wild. I mean, it can get wild. It has.
I done seen some things in Nashville I ain't seen nowhere else. So I'm with you on that. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't look at the negative. I don't try to highlight that negative. But like you say, only time I highlight something like that, man, is when I'm in the ring. I'm ultra violent like that. So people say I work like a heel. I'm just like, nah, man, I'm just aggressive. You know what I'm saying? That's that grit. That's that grind that Memphis is, that attitude that boys, that's bred in Memphis. I just bring that to the ring. I don't tiptoe around nothing. I come at you full speed, dead ahead. You know what I mean? I don't do none of that extra stuff. It's Memphis, just straight to you.
Is that
bring it to the grindhouse?
Is that where Grizzly came from? I'm assuming is that a kind of a
100%.
Memphis? Yeah, that's what I
100%.
knew that. I had to ask anyway.
Oh no, it's all
Oh,
good,
and
man.
Memphis,
And I
Memphis
grew up
Grizzlies,
a
yeah,
Yeah,
Memphis fan.
yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I
Grizzlies.
thought.
absolutely. I've been a fan since I knew what basketball was. I
It's
was in the
amazing.
arenas from the time we was in the Pyramid all the way up to the FedEx Forum
Mm.
in the early years with Shane Battier, Paul Gasol, when nobody was really in the arena. They put everybody on the big screen 2 or 3 times, you know what I'm saying? You pass somebody in the street, hey, bro, when you at the game last week? Yeah, I seen they put us all on the Jumbotron, all the way up into us, that era. Mike Conley, Rudy Gay, Tony
Yep.
Allen, Zebo just dominating the West
Oh,
Conference all the way up until now. So, yeah, man, that's exactly where it comes from. Having that grit and that grind, taking it from the basketball court, putting it in the ring. Absolutely. That's where the color wave comes from, the gear, the old school Vancouver colorway that we adopted when they brought the team over. I love that one more so than what we currently have. I still got love for it. You may see something like that in the future with my gear, but for right now, it's that old school Memphis Grizzlies look.
Dude,
I
I
love
love
that
it.
colorway. I just had to make it a part of me. So that's exactly where it comes
okay.
from. You're right.
Yeah, that image that I use of you to I had to use that image, man, where you got your finger up with the goat, dude. That's one of the baddest pictures I've seen as far as like a promo pic, man. I had to use that one. I've seen several, but dude, that's a badass pic. I just to say
It's,
that.
I appreciate it, man. It's
Yeah.
just like I said, it's Memphis. It's me. It's what I'm saying, the gold grill, the gold glasses. You know what I'm saying? It's just a part of the culture, and I just had to breathe that. And they always tell you stick to what you know, stick to who you are, and that's exactly who it is. And it just makes it a lot easier. And like you said, no matter if I'm coming out, if I'm on that demon time, if I'm on that heel work, or if I'm out here trying to get love from the people in the crowd, they're gonna rock with it regardless because they see that authenticity, they feel it, they gravitate to it, they want to be a part of it. So I just appreciate the continued love from everybody that's out there watching me do my thing.
Well, that's why I think that's why it is, man. You're so real. Like you to come out there and I love wrestling. I like wrestling.
Yeah,
I don't. You know what I mean by that. Like
yeah,
now today is flashy dashy. You come out and wrestle. So like that's that's another thing. That's another respect. Like
yeah.
that's you don't see that much anymore, man. It's a lot of talking, and
And
that's
don't get
something
me
that you're
wrong, it's a
good.
time and place for it all. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what I'm saying? You got to get your message out there. The people got to know who you are, what you're about, what you come to do. So, what I'm saying? Everything has its place. But for me, man, ring the bell. You're going
You
to
don't
figure
have
it
to
out
say
in a
a
heartbeat.
word. We
Yeah,
know
you're going
who
to
you
figure it
are. You
out.
don't have to say a word. Like that's another thing that's cool about it. Like people know. Like when you come out, they know you're there for business and they know who you are.
Yeah,
So
man. That's what it is, man. I'm locked in the clock in. We're going to work over here. So that's what it
sorry,
is.
Michael. I get
oh no,
sidetracked.
you're good. You're totally good. Just before I ask my question, I told you about it before we got started. The glasses and the grill. Just the first thing it reminds me of is Montez Ford. Like he's got the whole Montez Ford style going on with the grill, the glasses, and it's like you were telling me he got it from you. I guess he needs to pay you some royalties.
Hey, man. Hey, I'll let them know where to send a check every month. But like I said earlier, man, sometimes there are things in this business that have already been done before. There's some things I do in the ring that have been done before. I ain't gonna cap, but what I'm saying, as long as you put your own style, your own flair to it, what I'm saying, make it your own. That's the most important thing, you know.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes it's not who does it first, but who does it right or who does it the biggest. So right now he in WWE, so he's by default doing it the biggest. So shout out to him. But I got my own style with it. I got my own thing going. A lot of people rock grills. I got the fang, in mind. So it's
Love
just
it.
that grizzly in me, you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? So just make it your own, man.
Uh-huh.
Whatever you do, whatever you see out there, not just in wrestling, but in life. If you see something you like, ain't no problem with, what I'm saying, taking it, but make sure you make it your own at the same time. So that way you just ain't biting out somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Make everything your own so it's
Uh-huh.
unique to you and what you got going on. That's what I try to do with my
Yeah.
look.
So, do you remember the first fan interaction that made it feel real to you? Like, okay, this is real.
Yeah, man. I ain't even gonna lie. It was a show I did at CCW. It was one of my first shows I did. And after the show, what I'm saying, you can hit the bar, you can come interact with the wrestlers while we getting a drink. I'm at the bar getting a drink. I feel a tap on my shoulder. I look up, I turn around, ain't nobody in front of me, and I just feel something grab my leg. I look down. It's this little kid. He's like, man, I really enjoyed you. You were so cool. Me and my parents were cheering for you the whole time. And I'm just kind of looking. I'm like, all right. Like, what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's the first time anybody really ever walked up on me. He's like, yo, man, I really dug what you did. And after I took a picture with him and his mom and dad, a lot of other people came over. They're like, man, we really feeling what you're doing. I like the music. I like the shades. I love what you got going on with this and that. And it was like, oh, man, word. Like, it's cool to see, people digging what you do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, because you always going out there with your own mission, your own path you're trying to carve, and you never know how the people are gonna feel about it. Whether it's your first match or your last match, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can, you could be over, you know what I'm saying? You could be on TV, you could be starting out on the indies. You just don't know how people are gonna react to it. You want to do the best you can. So when you get that validation, when you see it firsthand from a group of people, be like, yo, this is it. And so that one, and then I'll say I had a show with Power Driver Pro Wrestling. Shout out Action, shout out PDP. About 20 minutes from where I went to college, and I walked out, and it was like 40 or 50 people that I go to college with, all on their feet cheering me on. And I was like, one, I was surprised all these people showed up. Two, I was surprised that they was really gonna get into it, because you know what I'm saying, people know who you are outside the ring. They only see you as that. So you don't know if they're really gonna gravitate to what you're doing in the ring and how you doing it. Man, they showed me so much love that night. And I had people, you know what I'm saying, it was a good house, don't get me wrong, but you know what I'm saying, people said I drew the majority of the people. So they was like, hey, yo, we appreciate you for the house. Yo, this is cool. I appreciate you drawing it. I was like, wow. So getting that adulation not only from the people in the crowd, but the boys in the back. So that was the first time I really was like, all right, bet I could really do something with this. I got people that are willing to come and see me. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the tens of thousands of people that's on TV coming to see everybody in AEW and WWE, but it's like, all right, I got people digging my stuff, willing enough to pay money to see me what I'm doing, and people backstage are looking and seeing what I'm doing, critiquing what I'm doing, and giving me props on things I'm doing and helping me out. So I appreciate that as well. That was really the first time I was like, all right, we're going to stick with this. We're going to see what we can make shake with this. So, yeah, those two times in particular with CCW and PDP.
Okay.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been to a couple CCW shows, and the few I've been to, they've never disappointed.
Yeah, man, CCW is one of the best shows I've had a chance to work. Shout out Nilio, shout out the CCW crew. You know, it takes a lot to put that show on, so I want to shout them out. You know, Jay, as you know, it's a whole lot putting that thing together before the showtime starts. So shout out to everybody who does that. When I tell you, man, CCW is different. Like, the level of talent is unreal. We got vets like Chase Stevens coming through. You know, we got guys that are being ID'd by the WWE doing shows there. We got guys that have been rocking the whole state of Tennessee, like Tyler Shute, like Dylan McQueen, putting us on, man, and doing big things. You know, guys like Parker Lee coming down, and even Meadow. You know, Meadow was down in Florida for a while. And, you know, our current Tennessee heavyweight champion, he came in, he turned some things up. So he's been making an impact with that. So it's just been growing. As you see, you know what I'm saying, Jay, you've been to CCW shows, you know, smaller crowds when we first started, you know, people coming in not knowing what to make of CCW, and then just been building along every step of the way. Every month that we have a show, crowd just seems to get more into it. They get more familiar with our guys, and they just love the product. I mean, it's top notch. I ain't gonna cap. It's a reason why, you know what I'm saying, CCW refers itself as the last territory, because the things they doing down in Florida and up here, it ain't being matched by any other local, independent promotions.
No.
Straight up.
For sure.
I was gonna say I didn't get to go to the last show they had in Nashville, but I saw y'all had someone there helping train. I'm like, wait, I recognize that guy. I know him. He's on TV. I know him.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, man. CCW's got a lot of big things going on in Nashville. You know what I'm saying? Not just in Florida. I know Florida's kind of the foundation, but CCW Tennessee is making some moves, man. Y'all gonna see what we talking about here in the next few months. Like, stepping up his game in Tennessee to really take over what we got going on out here. So just stay tuned, man. CCW got some more for you.
That's awesome.
I know one of my favorite current female wrestlers on the indie scene. She wrestles for CCW. She's currently a champion in CCW. Nikki Blackheart.
Yeah,
and she's had a tryout.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Nikki, man. She's been putting in that work. She did everything to transform her body, get herself in shape. She worked on everything she does in the ring, her whole look, her whole presentation, man, and it's paid off. Obviously, as you see, she got the tryout, and I got a chance to meet her while she did a show in Tennessee. Real nice to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Treat everybody with respect. You know, when that red light turned on, she turned on right on with it. She turned on and turned up. So shout out to her. Congratulations on her success.
Jay?
Yeah, so I want to know, who is somebody, like, do you have somebody that you like wrestling the most? Like, do you have like a favorite person you wrestle? And I have it's kind of a two-parter. And is there somebody that has made you step up your game more than anybody else? I don't know. I'm kind of wondering. I always wonder these questions.
I understand. Favorite person to wrestle? Let me see, man. Off the top of my head, I would say probably it's either LG3 or probably Andy Optimal.
Oh, cool. Yeah, man.
And
That's
Andy
awesome.
Optimal is kind of in that second part of the question. Guys who try to help me, that I got to step up my game with. Not to say that I don't step up my game against
Oh,
anybody
you
else.
always
This
do.
ain't no shot to nobody else. But Andy in his style, he's more of a hard hitting, strong style, and his ring cardio at the time when I was wrestling was really top notch. You know what I'm saying? So he was one of them people that I was about to walk through the curtain. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to step it up. I'm gonna have to do something different. And just how I do things in the ring had to be more intense, had to be quicker because he's a smaller dude. So he gonna move around a lot faster than I can. So and able to catch up and to get ahead, I gotta get, turn it up and enter that next gear and push it, So shout out to him for making me a better person in the ring. And LG3 just because it was fun. CCW, we had our match super over, you know what I mean? Like dude got the crowd on their feet. They always interacting with him. Jay, you be out there. I see you out there.
Yeah. It's
I ain't gonna take it personally. He was cheering for him when I had to wrestle
Hey,
him, but
I cheer for you too.
yeah,
Well,
I
you
understand.
were the heel that time.
Yeah, so it was
I
fun,
got
man.
you.
Just what I'm saying, being able to work with him because I got a chance to know him outside of the ring. We've been able to do some things outside of the ring, so it was cool for us to finally step in and finally lock it up and have a good match. So I'm just glad that saying everything worked out between me and him, and then of course with Andy. So it's those two are the ones that stand out to me the most as of right
That's
now. But
awesome.
hopefully
That's
I'll be able
awesome.
to add some names to the list.
There you go.
So with us being in the age of technology where like everyone has a phone, they're able to access social media so quicker. How important is branding and social media for wrestlers today?
It's everything. I ain't gonna lie, because it's not like the territory days when I bet you wrestle for me for these amount of months, or you're one of my exclusive guys. I got a whole team of people setting up flyers, shooting promos, and doing all this stuff for you. Now everything is up to you for the most part. Like, yeah, a promoter may put a match card out with your face on it, but you got to push it. You got to put it on your story. You got to comment. You got to interact with the fans that are commenting underneath the post. You yourself have to make your own posts. You have to shoot your own promos. Like it's not the same as it was. So social media is very important, and not just with that, but with other things. Like for myself, I got an Instagram series on my Instagram when Bears attack star Big Grizzly, and it's just
Uh-huh.
match highlights, me commentating on them, and just like letting the people get a chance to get more of a understanding of who I am and my personality outside of the ring. If you can't come to the show and then see me wrestle, then boom, here go the highlights. Here's what I'm doing in the ring. Here's my attitude. Here's my look, and here's how I feel about it. If you can't see the show, you can see these highlights real quick. Get yourself a quick identity of who I am and what I'm about. And the consistency is key. I ain't gonna lie. I've been slacking on myself, trying to get things together with my new job. But now that I'm back in it and I'm making these videos, I'm making these content. It's imperative to keep it going because you never know who sees it. You never know who's
Yep.
sharing it. You never know how people gonna feel about it when they see it. So just put it out there, man. Don't be scared because that was another thing. I ain't gonna lie. I don't got the best quality of this for my production. I'm using this software. All these other guys, they got professional, stuff that they put in movies, man. Bump all that. Hey, shoot it, edit it, put it out. You never know what's gonna come from it, man. That consistency, that's real. As a matter of fact, I'm about to edit a video and put one out tonight just because I said that, man. Absolutely, it's real important.
If you ever need help, holler at me. Like I don't mind. You already know. Like I live on social media, so if you ever need help with social media, holler for real. I don't mind like sharing yourself out or helping you out.
I
Like that's
appreciate
another
that.
thing, man. Any way I can help you guys and gals, like that's my goal. So I mean, I stay on socials if you need any help with that because I know you're busy, man. So I got you on that if you need some help.
I appreciate that,
So
man. Appreciate the love.
yeah, and that's no problem at all. Man, I got sidetracked. I'm trying to think of a question, man. I have got questions written down and got sidetracked. That's sad.
It's all
Uh,
good. Just
they
let it
uh
flow.
so like what do you have a favorite move that you like performing? Like what gets the crowd going the most? Like I know you got the well, you go ahead.
For me personally, I think I ain't even really got a name for it, but sometimes I catch one of my opponents slipping. You know what I'm saying? I'll throw him into the ropes. He'll come off. Some of them think they smart, think they can just dive at me, especially the little ones. I don't know what the little ones be thinking. I ain't gonna cap. I just snatch them up real quick, people think I'm gonna go for a world's strongest slam. Which shout out to Mark Henry. I do love that move. I love Mark Henry since I was a kid. But you take things and you make them your own. So what I decided to do is when I got them, sling the lower half of their body down, catch them, slam them down to the ground. And the people like it because it's a little different. It's not what they expect. They maybe expect me to throw them, world's strongest slam them, but it catches people by surprise. And I like that reaction that I get.
Yeah,
It
that's
looks
awesome.
impactful, it feels impactful, and the people get with it. So that's one of them. But obviously, of course, being Big Grizzly, the people love the bear hug.
Oh yeah, that's the
That's what they call for. Every time they see me, they see that grizzly on my stomach and they see that name on my back. Oh yeah, grizzly, he a bear. Yeah, bear hug him to death.
You
So
have to
that's
do
one that
that.
they always gonna pop for. Like it's not really my favorite. I ain't gonna cap, but it's one that I know the people are asking for. If I'm, what I'm saying, if the crowd is a little hook him up real quick with the bear hug. They on their feet with it. They more engaged. So yeah, that bear hug is legit.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So, if you could step in the ring with anyone today, any company, who would it be and why?
The WWE, straight up. Like, shout out, there's no disrespect to AEW, TNA. I actually got a chance to do some extra work for TNA a couple weeks ago. There's no disrespect to New Japan. There's no disrespect to any of the other more well-known promotions.
Yeah, I saw you there. I saw you.
Yeah, man. That TNA extra work was a great opportunity, man. And if they can call in, then definitely I would take a chance at the opportunity. I'd jump right at it. But if I had my own pick, if they were all coming to me with contracts lined up, there's no disrespect. I'm going with the WWE. The WWE, arguably or inarguably, is the biggest wrestling company.
It's still gonna. I mean, it is. It's probably gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be hard. Yeah, I mean, that's the top notch people.
Yeah, and not to discredit AEW, like I said, because they the strong number two, because they got the deal, they got the talent, and all
but
that.
It's WWE, man.
When you've been on top for as many decades as they have, you are the most recognizable brand, and that goes back to branding. You the most recognizable brand to anybody in the world that knows about professional wrestling.
Yep. And there's a lot of people that don't have. A lot of folks have no clue about the indie side whatsoever because all they see is the WWE and the AEWs and the TNA.
Yeah,
so that's
especially
like
now, like WWE is on ESPN. WWE has their wrestlers in movies and in TV shows that are being seen all over the world. So they're on Netflix. Yeah, so it's like that kind of exposure, man. Like you almost can't pay for that. Like,
nah,
what that would do for my career being in WWE, which is why guys always shoot to be a part of that in some way, shape, or form, because no matter what, even the WWE ID guys, like I said, CCW has a bunch on all of their shows because being associated, you see that logo, it puts you in a different category. It puts you in a class above the rest. And if you get people that are associated with WWE on your shows, it does the same. It has a real big trickle down effect. It has the biggest, in my opinion. So the WWE is where I would want to go. And as far as who I would want to wrestle, straight up, I probably want to wrestle Cody Rhodes. Not because he's their guy, not because, you know what I'm saying, he's in the position he's in. I mean, that's a part of it, don't get me wrong, but just seeing his journey, how he went from WWE, being Dusty's son, being able to understand that old school mentality, and how he's carried that in AEW and back to WWE to a certain extent, I feel like I can learn a lot more of that. I can learn like how I can apply that old school mentality to what I do, how to do it, when to do it, why to do it, and just that. And also just personally, just maybe, and I know you said you like the people to wrestle, but I love to go back and forth on the mic with Cody Rhodes. I got some things that I want to get off my chest against Cody Rhodes. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be fun like that. The whole experience of doing something with Cody would benefit me 100% more than it would him. But I think, you know what I'm saying, us trading some jabs back and forth on the mic can help him step up his promo game a little bit more. Because,
there you go.
Yeah, there's just me personally, you know what I'm saying? I ain't the best talker in the world, but I feel like I got something to offer that maybe other people don't. A lot of guys are good wrestlers. A lot of guys can't talk. On the independent scene and, in the WWE. And that's just what it is. No slight, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't have to get the gab, but, you know what I'm saying? I like to think of myself, as a wizard with the words. So just kind of putting myself out there like that, I don't think he can stand against the ring, stand across the ring for me, personally.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So
Yeah.
what?
Oh yeah.
Oh, go ahead. You go ahead, Michael. You're about to say something. I didn't want to
Oh
interrupt
no,
you.
is your question.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
Oh
I
no,
forgot
no,
I
I
didn't
wasn't
ask
about to
the
say no,
question.
no. It's your
I was
question.
just flowing. I was just flowing with it. So what was something like you wanted to be in the business, right? You want to get in the wrestling business. What was something that surprised you once you got in where you were like, do I really want to be doing this? Like, was there something once you got in the door, you were like, holy crap?
Yeah, man. Like I know people in look. I always grew up with wrestling thinking it was just a TV show. Like everything else on TV, people always say,
Yeah.
wrestling is fake. I'm like, it's a TV show. It's TV. So is everything else.
Yep.
Like, especially today, even the stuff that's supposed to be real, like reality TV, and hell, even the news, you know what I'm saying? People love to say that, all this stuff is fake. So I grew up with it just being a television show, right? And then the older you get, you understand how things are within the industry and all of that. When I got in the business for real, like when I started training, I don't care what nobody say. Man, a lot of that stuff, if not damn near all of it, hurts. Okay,
Yeah.
like that ring is not a trampoline. Them ropes, they not rubber
Mhm.
bands. Like getting slammed on that, and I've been slammed by some pretty big dudes. Like even with basic stuff, man. Silas Mason took me over one time with an arm drag. Man, he threw me so hard, I didn't know if I was gonna get up. Straight up. So I just wish that more people had, and I think now, you know what I'm saying, with the help of WWE, AEW, and how they do things, people are getting an understanding of how real things get and how real this stuff is. And I think they're starting to get more of a respect for it, which is why I think wrestling is kind of going through that big boom period again, because people understand that it's a show, but they understand, hey man, this ain't what you think it is. People get hurt in here. And unfortunately in some cases people lose their life.
They
So it's not a
Mhm.
game. And that was one of the things I was like, man, I don't know. Cause I was like, I'm gonna get in here, I'm gonna learn some cool moves. I got some stuff I can go tell the homies back home, but nah, you get in that ring, especially that first day, you take that bump, and I'm heavy. So that gravity is real. Physics is real. That's what you learned in engineering school. You can't beat physics. So when I hit that mat, and I had to get up and do it again, nah, shawty, I was like, you know what? I might just be cool with, you know what I'm saying? This was one of the moments where I was like, hey, I tried it. If this is it, then hey, at least I gave it a shot. But the more I kept with it, the better I got with it, and the more able I was willing to deal with the pain. Like, cause it is painful.
Yeah.
Especially some rings are harder than others. People say WWE has the softest ring. I don't think I've been in a soft ring yet. You know what I mean? So that was probably the biggest thing for me. I was like, man, I don't know if I can do this, especially, wrestling against guys that are bigger than me, faster than me. How am I going to keep up? And then, of course, having to deal with the punishment on top of that. Like, I just didn't know. But luckily, I've been able to stick with it, and it's
Mhm.
been a blessing since.
I need to take a video of what that ring is made of. Like, so I don't think a lot of like they see the Unreal and stuff, but I don't think people really pay attention to what it's freaking wood. It's wood and like a piece of foam. Like they don't
You step on
understand.
it, and it's straight.
Yeah,
Especially
it's
the heavier
gone.
you are, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
pinch it, and it's done. So,
Like being able to do the ring stuff, like they don't understand. Like, they say fake, they've lost their mind. When you get slammed into one of those turnbuckles, that ain't freaking fake. Those things are metal. Like people don't see those things.
yeah, man.
So
The
I
ropes
need
are
to
too,
record
man.
that. Yeah. Oh, that's what I ran the ropes one time. I can't take a hit because I got some back issues. LG taught me into it, man. He was like, run the ropes one time. I was like, hell no. He goes, just try it. Dude, it's like it will whip your ass. It's crazy. Even just
Yeah,
running the
man.
ropes, it's crazy.
It
So
leave bruises on you if you ain't careful, man. You doing it right, you ain't getting bruised up. You're doing it wrong. So,
though he taught me you have to grab that top rope or you're going over. Like he taught me, he's like, man, you better grab that top rope. He said, your momentum, you don't realize. He's taught a couple of things. It's just really cool, man, to see, and Unreal's helped it a lot too. But like people get back in wrestling too. Like those shows they're starting to help a lot too. But man, I need to record how that's put together. People don't understand.
people don't know it, man. My
They
own
don't.
mama, she came and finally saw me wrestle one time, and she was like, why are you so sore? I don't understand. Like, the mat looked like it's soft. I'm like, all right, bet. I came over there to the ring. I pulled her over. Man, I lifted up the canvas. I lifted up the wood. I said, hey, you see this little foam? Gone.
It's insane.
This is wood, and underneath this is steel. This is what I'm on. She's like, but you got a foam pad. I'm like, you mean this little foam pad? I pinched it, and
That
it
was
went
it.
completely shut. She was like, That's what it is. And from then on, she's all every time I have a match, she'll come check on me, make sure see how I'm doing. I'm like, yeah, you know how real it is now, huh, mama?
I can't.
So
I couldn't believe it. Like when I saw it for the first time, it blew my mind. I was like, "You are kidding me!" Like because you see it on TV, you're like, it's like a trampoline. No, there's no bounce.
none, none.
It's just flat.
Some rings don't have any give to them at all. Once you hit it, it's like hitting concrete, man.
It's
Like
crazy.
it's just you know what I'm saying. Even people be like, "Oh, y'all ain't hitting each other for real." Hey, you connect every time with that punch, with that kick. I
Yep.
feel I got boot prints. I'll be having marks on my chest, on my body when I get undressed. I don't understand how people can sit there and look at some of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? If some people not, you know what I'm saying, doing it how they supposed to do it, then yeah, I can see how people look at it a little funny. When you dealing with folks that know what they doing in that ring, oh yeah, ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt. I done had my jaw bruised. I done had bruises all over my arms, my legs, my body, my chest. I done torn my meniscus twice
Man,
doing this. So it ain't no game.
thank you.
I'll never understand. As a kid, I guess I could get it. You know what I'm saying? You had that mentality. Like I said, everything on TV to me was just for TV. But you know what I'm saying? Once you see it up close and personal, nah, ain't no way you can't, you know what I'm saying, look at it without being like, hold on. Some of this other stuff might be a little but this right here, nah, this right here is legit. So yeah, man, it's different. It's different than any other thing that you can see on TV. Straight up.
Well, thank you for killing yourself to entertain us. Like, I mean, I tell everybody, but I mean, really, honestly, thank you, seriously, because I couldn't imagine if I hit it once, you'd have to drag myself. I was going to say something else, cussing. You'd have to drag myself out of that ring and drag me back to the back over those stairs. So,
Yeah, man.
thank you. So,
is there any style of wrestling that you want to try? Like, I know there's like strong style, and you just have like the style they do over in the UK. Like they hit harder over there, or you see a lot of
you're cutting out a little.
shows here, like the deathmatch style. Like, is there a certain style that you want to try, or a match that you want, like a match that you want to have?
I guess
what I was saying was, like, is there any style of wrestling in the UK they have like a?
You're cutting in and out.
What I was saying was, like, what kind of match or style do you want to try in your career? Like, you know how in Japan they have the strong style, and in the UK they have like they're more into grappling and stuff like that. Or like you have these shows like GCW and all that, like they do the deathmatch style. Is there a certain style that you want to do or match that you want to have?
For me personally, I've never really been a fan of the death match. Shout out to those who participate in it. Never really been my thing. Same thing with the strong style. Like I watched New Japan. I found New Japan later on in life. You know, when guys like Cody and the Bullet Club, that was what kind of turned me on to them. Of course, I knew about the legends that came before, but strong style was never really my thing. I will honestly say though, that UK, that catch can style, like that submission style, that grapple style, I think that's really cool. Like the counter wrestling, the escapes, how you're able to like change and go from transition from hold to hold on different body parts. I think that's really cool. That would probably be the only style that I would want to do outside of what I'm doing now, which I would probably classify as more of a big man, territorial kind of style and how I wrestle. But that submission, that grapple style, that catch can style, like that's pretty tough. I've always enjoyed that from the time I was a kid. When those kind of wrestlers, those more technical based wrestlers came out and wrestled, that to me was more of a sport kind of feel than just entertainment.
Yeah.
Like that style to me look, if you had to say, it looked more legit. Not to say that strong style don't look, you know what I'm saying, strong, because that's where it gets its name from. They lay it in, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no holes in that game. But that submission, like I love it even now with guys like Zack Sabre Jr. You know, like he's probably the best at it right now. Of my favorite match from a year or so ago was him and Bryan Danielson. I was busy that day, but I made sure when that match came on, I stopped in my tracks and watched it, just because that's always been a very intriguing style to me, visually, and when I got into wrestling, seeing guys how they do things in the ring and just it's always captivated me. So that style particularly is one that I would do.
Okay.
That's cool. So I heard you mention Mark Henry earlier. Is that is he your favorite wrestler? Like, would he be your favorite? Do you have a favorite wrestler of all time? Like, do you have a specific one?
It's hard to have a favorite.
It
I'm not
is.
gonna cap. It's so hard to have a favorite. But Mark Henry is one of them. Booker T, of
Oh
course.
yeah, Booker T. Oh yeah.
For me, The Rock, you know what I'm saying, what he did on the mic and how he was. It's a lot of people. I can sit here and name a bunch of names. And there's no disrespect to anybody that I didn't name. It's just
That's a lot.
personally, always being a bigger kid and seeing Mark Henry like run through folks, being the world's strongest man and being like legit larger than life. It was one of the things that I identified with. And of course, Booker T, you know, I've always loved Booker T since I was a little kid. You know, being black, it's always one of the things that I just identify with. And it's no disrespect because I love Stone Cold. I
Oh
love
no,
Kurt
for real.
Angle, you know, but it's just something about seeing those guys in particular and how they dominated because they straight up dominated. Like Mark Henry with that Hall of Pain,
Dude.
like
Ahmed Johnson, man. Freaking Ahmed Johnson, Junkyard Dog, dude, those guys freaking annihilated people.
Yeah.
Like
And even
Farouk,
and
man,
Ron Simmons,
Farouk.
like, yeah, like it's
dude.
I try to incorporate specifically Ron Simmons and Mark Henry. I try to incorporate their styles, you know what I'm saying, trying to make things my own. Like I mentioned earlier with my moves that I like to hit. You know, I try to hit spine busters like Farouk did, because to me, Farouk, when he hit you with that spine buster, it was just different than how other people did it.
It
was,
looked
man.
Like
everything looked like he did to somebody. It just looked like they was just mauling them. And I try to apply that same kind of style, that same kind of mentality when I'm in the ring. Just because, you know, that's what I grew up watching. Those are the guys that I try to emulate. If I'm emulating anybody, those guys in particular are the ones, man. Shout out to them.
Yeah, I could see Big Mark impact. Henry for real, man. You would if you favor Mark Henry, like I could see that. Like it's like you know, LG was telling me like his favorites Ron Simmons.
Yeah.
So like he favors him, man. It's kind of cool. Like I could see you being a powerhouse, which you are a powerhouse, but you know what I mean. Like you favor me, like Mark. I could see that. So
it's
that's
just
freaking
it's
awesome,
how I try
man.
to incorporate it, man. Absolutely. Shout out to Mark Henry. He's a big influence on who I am and how I try to carry myself in the ring. Absolutely.
That's awesome. Well, Michael, I have.
Y'all were talking about Mark Henry.
Oh, go ahead. You go ahead. I interrupted you.
I was gonna say, you're talking about Mark Henry. Another thing that a lot of people didn't know about Mark Henry, I didn't know about it for the longest. And growing up in Memphis, I thought I should have known this. Was the song he came out to was sang by 3 6 Mafia.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Somebody gonna get their ass kicked. Hey man, when I tell you, there have been a lot of great themes in WWE, but personally, Mark Henry has the greatest entrance music I ever heard. Being a kid and watching SmackDown and seeing 3 6 Mafia perform, like these guys are legends. Like not just local stars, these guys are legends in Memphis and really in hip hop, of all of hip hop. Like the sound that they started before I was even born is being carried in music right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether it's sampling like songs that they made or even having those guys produce songs or being on the record. Like when I tell you the best entrance music I have to this day, if I had the choice, I would walk out to that. Because again, it's Memphis. It's all day. I know Mark Henry's from Texas, but it's Memphis all day long. And as a kid, born and raised, I identified with it and I gravitated to it real quick. Like it's the best to me. I like other songs, I like other theme music, don't get me wrong, but that one, the GOAT, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Michael, I have asked every question that I can think. I've just enjoyed the crap out of this. Like I've just enjoyed it. Like I've been wanting to sit down with. I see you all the time, but of course everything's always going on and nobody has time to talk. Which I've got the guys that we help with the ring.
Yeah.
So we're always trying to do crap, and I hate to interrupt you guys, but I'm glad I got to finally sit down and talk to you. Are you going to be there the 20th?
Unfortunately, I would not be there on the 20th. I have another booking that I already took prior to them making the announcement for the 20th. But catch me in April. I'm doing everything I can to get back to CCW. Like I said, CCW is one of the hottest territories in independent wrestling right now. The things that they're doing down in Florida, the things that they're doing currently in Tennessee, and what they got planned for Tennessee is going to put them in a whole nother level. So please stay tuned. March 20th, Texas Troubadour. Come out, support, see the stars of CCW Tennessee, and have a good time, man, because they're going to put on a show for you like they always do.
I tell everybody, no matter what you do, I don't care where you go, support indie. I don't care who they are. I don't care if you know them. Like there's one in Springfield. Support them. Like always support indie, because if we don't support indie, there's not going to be a WWE. There's not going to be any of that stuff. So you know, I always tell everybody, make sure you support indie first. Spend your money at indie first.
It's cheaper, and I ain't gonna lie, the interaction that you get
much better
with the wrestlers is gonna be more in depth than anything you get from the WWE. Just because the way they got to do things, production wise, and of course, you know, just how they function as a company. Independent wrestling is right there in your face.
God, it's
so
much
from
better.
The wrestlers to the promoters, everything is much closer. It's more tangible. How you access, even after the show, you know, guys are trying to sell merch, taking pictures and signing autographs for people in the crowd. You can't really do that at a WWE show. You got to pay extra money for a meet and greet at a separate time, maybe even in a separate location. But at an indie show, it's right there in front of you. Everything is accessible, and everything's a little more financially feasible. Like I plug CCW, but on Friday, March 20th, I'll be at Resolute Wrestling in Crossville, Tennessee. I'm currently the undisputed champion for Resolute Wrestling. I'll be defending my championship there. So if you're in the area, if you want to come out support, man, come on out. We'll be at the Armory, and it will be at the National Guard Armory in Crossville, tearing it up out there, man.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
So where can fans follow you, support you?
You can find me on Facebook.
And I know you already talked about it, but like,
you can find me on Facebook.
Like where else?
At Chase Bryant. You can find me on Instagram at Big Grizzly _CB. That's BIGGRIZZLY _CB. I do, like I said, I got my Instagram content that I post on there when bears attack. You can look out for that. I try to drop, you know, a new video every week. It just details my highlights and a little commentary on what I'm doing in the ring. Just posting, you'll see about my matches, where I'll be. I got merchandise on Pro Wrestling Tees. Shout out Pro Wrestling Tees _ Big Grizzly, or you can go by my name, Chase Bryant. You can find my merchandise there. I'm all over the place, man. Only place I'm not right now is X. I had to get off of X. It was a little too addictive for your boy, so I had to take some time, and I had to step away from there. But you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. I'm always there. I'm always active. If you're seeing this and you're a promoter, hit me up. I'm always willing to do business. If you're a fan, man, stay engaged, stay tuned, because what I have next coming up, it's always something big, bro.
That's awesome, man. It's been an honor.
I was gonna say I had this made for you for the episode. If y'all are wanting to support Chase Bryant, Big Grizzly Chase Bryant, if you scan that QR code in your top left-hand corner, it'll take you to Chase Bryant's Pro Wrestling Tees shop.
Hey, that's what's up, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Absolutely.
Hey, man.
I appreciate the love and the support y'all try to help us out with, man. That means a lot. Hey, I appreciate it. That's good looking.
Anything we could do, man. If you need some help on socials, holler. Seriously, I don't mind. I can help you out. I can do videos or whatever. Just holler at me. So,
hey, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate this time. I appreciate this opportunity. It's been great. It's been real good talking to y'all.
Yes, sir. Kick some ass on that championship. Make sure you keep that thing. I know you got it,
man.
I know you got it.
Like I said, Big Grizzly, we come locked in and clocked in. We ready to put in work, baby. You know what it is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, as always, ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all have enjoyed this episode from Indie Film World. As always, I've been your host, the media Maverick, Mike Weldon. This has been my awesome co-host, Just Jay. And make sure y'all be looking for this episode. It's going to drop in the next couple of days.
Yes, check it out, guys. Go give him a follow and
we
go watch
are out here.